I'm far too late to just describe what's happened with Overwatch 2 and give a take on it. I probably should have pumped out a video right away before a stream, but I had stuff to do and missed the window where it was fresh. So instead, with the stain having sat with people for a while, I'm simply going to take a few minutes to rub it in. What did you expect? You know Blizzard likes to jangle keys as a distraction from controversy. Overwatch 2 was the biggest pear they could shake, and they promised you the moon. Red flags out the wazoo. They promised you, years ago, an endlessly replayable experience with skill trees to let you customize your build. That is an insane undertaking. If they were making a game from scratch, it would be easier. But using what they have and molding it into this Diablo adventure mode-esque experience they described? Forget the amount of work, which would of course be massive. How do you get the implementation right? I'm imagining it, and everything I think they'd do would suck. But hey, that's what a gameplay trailer's for, right? They showed us what that would look like.
Let's get them, Brigitte!
I've got you, Papa. Watching your back.
Now that's teamwork.
Ah yeah, the same maps we know, but with archives bots dumped onto them. Cool, that definitely outlines the kind of experience I'd want to play over and over. And how would they do the skill trees? Well, they showed us that too.
Time to learn some new tricks.
Okay, it's a mock-up. Fine. The real thing would be different. But that's what they thought appropriate to show us to give an idea of where they want to go. That was their pitch. Reload on ability use. Oh my. Cooldown refresh on kills? Feeling daring today, aren't we? Your ult kills more things. Whoa, slow down there, Blizzard. Don't want you to have an aneurysm straining your brains that hard. Imagine, for a second, playing this game they pitched to us. Really try to see it in your mind's eye. What would it be like? I think it'd suck. Overwatch already has a reputation for being the game where precise shooting is the hardest but has the least impact amongst its peers. It's caricatured as being abilities, the game. Not always true. Take Widowmaker as an extreme exception. You click ahead, they die. But there's more than a grain of truth to this characterization. However, it works. In PvP. It's what makes Overwatch Overwatch. PvE could be, and has been in the past, a context where everyone's basic attacks are much more meaningful. Tearing up trash mobs with your skills being used to deal with trickier situations. Right? That can be a good time. We know that. Okay, so how is what I'm saying a criticism? That all works with the heroes as they are. The key to a good time is going to be the design of the PvE, the context you put those already solid heroes into. Tracer doesn't need to become an infinite bullet sprayer, refreshing cooldowns when she kills and skipping reload when she pops those cooldowns. She's already a hero with extreme power. Does a tree really add that much, especially if it works like they showed us? Even if it's just in the ballpark of the kind of thing they showed us. You're not building a character, you're just making a well-defined hero more powerful. I don't get how invested people were in this. You saw a shiny and went full magpie. They promised you trash and they're not even gonna give it to you. You know what Overwatch doesn't need either? Ultimates to be more impactful. Was anyone thinking, finally, a situation where my ultimate's a game changer? That's not the experience players are missing. Becoming super powerful from a passive tree would either take away from the excellent feel to shooting stuff that Overwatch has, or I think we'd see a scenario where there are difficulty levels and you end up on a grind treadmill getting power to be able to meet challenges, again detracting from the joy of playing skillfully, the impact of your basic kit. Overwatch doesn't have the foundation of a power accumulation ARPG-ish game. And I think a huge problem they'd run into is either the skill trees wouldn't be impactful enough, or you'd have these impactful choices and it would be obvious which is best. Plus, it would damage identity. I don't mean it would make Tracer less gay. I mean each character has such a well and tightly defined and refined toolkit and role that a game mode all about tweaking that is insane. It's not built for that. Everything the characters do is already so niche. If they wanted to make that game, they needed to actually make Overwatch 2 from the ground up. In a way, it's probably good they cancelled that hero mode bullshit, but that was the whole point of Overwatch 2, right? They're still doing story missions they'll drip feed us with, but Overwatch 1 already had that. The fluff is different. We had missions from the past, and now the story will be based in the universe's present. But that's just them saying, it's happening now! You don't need a sequel for that. That's not a technology advancement. And of course, we don't really have a sequel. Many people have compared what we got to a big patch based on the level of content and change. But the most important point is that it replaced Overwatch. You patch a live service game, that's it. The old version's gone, and everyone's forced into the new. Here's where Blizzard pulled off the most incredible move I've ever seen. They removed loot boxes, and in doing so, made their monetization less consumer-friendly. How the hell do you do that? This is alchemy. I have never seen something like this before. On its face, they released a free-to-play game with honest, straightforward, transparent microtransactions and no gambling. You don't have to pay for the game, and you know exactly what you're buying when you spend any money. Sounds good. But what really happened for me, and literally millions of others, is that the game we paid for changed how you get cosmetics so that it's harder to acquire them without paying. And new characters are no longer just yours by default. You have to unlock them through grinding or pay. It's a different game though. It's free. It's free. You didn't pay for this. We're not just downgrading your Overwatch 1 deal. But it looks good. It looks so good on paper. They got rid of loot boxes. Hurrah! Hail Blizzard. If they'd put half that evil genius into hero mode, genres would be redefined right now. Instead though, they shook keys in front of our faces. Ugly keys that so obviously would never come to fruition. And it worked. It worked, and now you're gonna be upset about something Corpo's fine with you being upset about. Knew you'd be upset about, instead of anything else. It worked, and they knew it would work. Because Overwatch fans are dumb. But as usual, that's just another one of my harmful opinions.